My people, I don't carry out cake come for now as usual. Mr. Wike has been in the news for no good reason. again. You guys, recently, Abuja residents have been dragging Yelsom Wike for demolishing their properties, even those people that said that they have C of O. They said he also demolished their property, allegedly giving those properties to his friends in Abuja. You guys, can you imagine? Anyway, very dark man has, taken up this course for like a consecutive number of times now. He has been dragging Wike on YouTube, on all of his social media accounts, telling Wike that these residents whom he has taken their properties, they are not going to back down. Just today, Ireti Kingibe, who we all know is not in, good terms with Wike, because I do not even think that they greet each other. There have been so many stories flying around, but that is not even why we are here today. We are here today because Ireti Kingibe decided to raise one of the issues, concerning an Abuja resident, an estate for that matter, that Wike has decided to demolish at the Senate level, and Akpabio refused to give Ireti Kingibe an audience. We are going to delve right into the details in a bit, but before we do that, if this is your first time here, you have not subscribed to this channel, please do well to subscribe, like this video, also leave your opinions in the comment section below as well. Senator Ireti Kingibe walks out of Senate chamber after disagreement with Akpabio. A disagreement between Senator Ireti Kingibe and Senate President Godswill Akpabio made the Federal Capital Territory FCT lawmaker walk out in protest during plenary on Thursday. And as you all know, was it last year or early this year? Ireti Kingibe and Akpabio were also in the news when Akpabio told Ireti Kingibe that she's not in the club. And a lot of Nigerians took that personal, that how can you talk to her like that? How can you say, if you were addressing a male counterpart, would you have said that he's not in the club? Is it because she's a woman? Akpabio, at the end of the day, apologized and, withdrew that statement. Probably, this society that we are in, it's a men's world, especially in Nigeria or in some parts of Africa where, a lot of people believe that, women, a lot of people still have that idea that women should not be in high places, women should be in the kitchen, women should not be in a position of authority. Most times there are some men, I say some because not all, they do not want to give, the women, a chance to speak, because they feel like, who are you? Who are you? At least you are a female at the end of the day. So why must you be given an opportunity to speak? Probably this was also one of those times, seeing that this is not the first time that Akpabio is doing this, and Ireti Kingibe wanted to raise this very important topic, but because Akpabio, according to him, he said that that wasn't on the order of the list of things to be discussed that particular day, so he did not recognize that. Although he tried, to speak several times, at the end of the day, she ended up walking out. Let's continue. Newsroom Nigeria understands that Senator Kingibe wanted to bring up a motion concerning the demolition of Paul Osa Ogebo Estate in Abuja for discussion during the day's plenary, but Akpabio wouldn't allow her to do so. Akpabio noted that the motion was not listed on the order paper for the day, and the lawmakers were already discussing matters listed for the day's session, hence could not go back, as such would contravene Senate procedures. I bet it's with you guys. If if it wasn't Ireti Kingibe who wanted to say something, if it was one of the guys, let me put it that way, or one of the men, who wanted to, raise a topic that wasn't on the list of things to be discussed at that particular day, he would have given that person recognition. He would have called on the person to speak. But because this is Ireti Kingibe we are talking about here, this is a woman that we are talking about. And I bet you the number of women at the Senate level, I don't even think they're up to 20. So he must have felt like, who are you? That is not on the list. I am the Senate president after all, and I can, decide not to recognize you. And because they already have an history of misunderstanding before, so I understand. I can, just tie this same event to what had occurred, before when he was talking to her and he said that we are not in the club. This might be related, who knows? Akpabio noted that the motion was not listed on the order paper for the day, and the lawmakers were already discussing matters listed for the day session, hence could not go back as such, could contravene Senate procedures. Despite her attempt to argue her case as a matter of urgent national importance, Kingibe was unable to convince the Senate president otherwise. This prompted Kingibe to leave the chamber in protest. Meanwhile, amid the controversy surrounding the Paul Osa Ogebe estate in Abuja, Larry Olayinka, the senior special assistant on public communications and new media to the Minister of Federal Capital Territory (FCT), wike, has challenged those circulating falsehood about their lands being grabbed by Federal Capital Territory Administration to provide genuine evidence that they owned such land. In a statement on Wednesday, Olayinka cautioned self-appointed social media activists to be mindful of being used to promote false claims. He said the most reasonable thing for anyone to do is to find out from both sides before going public with any issue. Referring to a recent video being circulated on a land located at Live Camp, particularly plot number 2241, Gwarimpa District, Cadastral Zone C02, Abuja, the FCT Minister spokesperson challenged those claiming ownership of the land to provide rights of occupancy or certificates of occupancy granted by the FCTA. Larry Olayinka said a construction company, Polosa Nigeria Limited, occupied the land as a temporal office under a temporal right of occupancy arrangement granted in 1984, 40 years ago. For 36 years, the company occupied the land, built permanent structures on it, and rented them out without any approval from the government. On November 18, 2020, after occupying the land for 36 years without approval, Polosa Nigeria Limited applied to the then Minister of the Federal Capital Territory for the conversion of a temporal right of occupancy to statutory right of occupancy. On February 1, 2023, approval was granted to Polosa Nigeria Limited for statutory right of occupancy, subject to certain terms and conditions. Some of the terms and conditions are payment of ground rent per square meter per annum, which was 50K per meter, from 2022 to 2023, amounting to 2.3 million naira. Payment of premium of 500,000 naira per meter square, amounting to 11.6 million, and payment of ground rent from 1984 to 2021, 37 years, amounting to 43.1 million naira. However, for 20 months, Polosa Nigeria Limited refused to comply with the terms and conditions for the approval. Consequent upon the failure of Polosa Nigeria Limited to comply with the terms and conditions for approval granted for right of occupancy on the said land, the approval was revoked on October 10, 2024, more than 20 months after it was given. From the above, it should be clear that Polosa Nigeria Limited never at any time owned the land. You all, let's have your thoughts and opinions in the comments section below. Thank you very much for always listening and watching, guys. I will see you all in my next video. Bye for now.